Welcome to After the Flag, where we'll have all of the best bits of the most intense phase of the 2015 Championship. As you can probably tell from the stunning view behind me, this week we're in Phillip Island, and Jack Miller and Maverick Vinales have agreed to take part in a small challenge for me. So boys, we are occasionally used to seeing you exchange paint on track, but I thought we'd take advantage of the stunning scenery around us and also mix things up a little bit this weekend and challenge you guys to have a bit of a paint off. So we've employed the services of a top model from Europe. Thank you very much,
Male
Danny
model, Danny Kent.
And you guys have got 10 minutes to do your worst, or really try and do your best, but we'll see how that turns out. So
I don't remember actually agreeing to it. I think we were forced.
you were not forced, Jack.
I was.
Yeah, Danny was. So, are you ready?
Yep.
In 3, 2, 1.
Try to make me look good.
Start painting.
Oh, what do I do? I mean,
Hey, you can't. Hey, he's copying you, Maverick. He's
yeah,
sat
stop
behind
copying me. How big am I going? What scale are we doing this on? Like a 1 to 30 or?
Which size?
you. Have you got to get the
I
background
don't
in?
know. I think the main thing is to keep to time. So, guys, first things first. Most important question: when did you guys decide to switch haircuts?
Yeah, I know. Maverick's got the mullet.
Maverick's got the Miller mullet, and you've chopped it all off.
Yeah, I know.
I actually shaved Jack's head the other night.
You did.
Yeah, because I'm
Yeah.
a
This
good
is your
friend.
work.
Huh?
Yeah, it's a fresh one. Look, he did it freshly for me.
Nice.
I did a good job,
Like
didn't I?
it's like out here in beautiful Phillip Island, fresh cut grass.
Ah.
Looks good.
And Maverick, what made you go for the mullet?
Well, it's not a mullet yet, really, is it? It's coming along, but
Hey, my ears are not that big.
You've got 8 minutes left, boys.
8 minutes.
8 minutes.
You've only
you need
done-
to get your paint on.
You've only done the head. Do you want me to stand more straight on so you can see my figure?
You're doing a good job. You've got to make sure that you maintain the same pose, though, Danny. You
Yeah,
can't
you
be
keep
moving
moving
around.
and I don't like it. It's not, and I'm
It's
being
windy.
rushed by Dargan.
I'm trying to stand on a box.
Right, you've got 7 minutes, guys.
Stop saying this. I feel like I'm on like.
Jack, you got the
what do you want?
shakes. What's
Sorry.
that? Are you
Yeah,
nervous?
Look at my shakes.
Yeah,
I'm not a good
I can
artist.
see it from here. You got the shakes. Hey, Jack, I have longer legs than that.
No, that's all right.
How long's left, dog?
3.5 minutes.
Oh, time is
You've
coming
got
down fast.
yeah. Twitter questions this week. First one, let's go to Jack.
Hi.
So Jack, how much time do you spend at home during the year, and what things do you do there?
Depends who's asking.
Oh, you can't answer
if
that,
it's
Jack.
the customs officer, I spend all my time here. But no, I mean, I try to spend as much time as I can here, but it's not possible really. This year was the first year I've been able to come home for the summer break, and I was unfortunate enough to bring home some English guy with me.
Yeah, you came as well.
Yeah,
was that a fun
there.
trip?
Yeah, it was good.
Not really.
Very nice.
Maverick, you've been asked, why did you choose the number 25?
Because when
25 gang.
when I was a kid, one motocross rider, get the number 25. Well, he was doing enduro,
Yeah.
and since this moment I choose, and always was a good luck. So I keep all the time.
Not last year.
Not last year because from the sponsor.
Jack,
but
what's that red spot?
That's your lips. I've gone you with your head on the side like that.
All right. I was gonna say my lips on the side of my head.
Amy, you're putting me under pressure here, and I don't like it.
Oh!
Yeah, but come on. Do I have like 1 foot which is real big and 1 foot which is
Boys.
real small?
Yep.
Timer.
Yeah, I just need to put it. I need to put an ear on here.
And then Danny,
This wind is
I think you're
picking
going
up.
to double up as model / judge.
Okay. Like, look at my right foot compared to my
Shut
left
up
foot. Look at the
about
two
foot,
different
alright?
feet.
I never said my name was Picasso.
Like I got one leg is Danny Kent and one leg is Efren Vasquez.
Right, Danny, come down off your box. Show, no.
You're turning into
Ah.
Papa Smurf. You're turning into a Smurf.
So show the camera. 3, 2, 1. The big reveal. Nice work, boys. Right, Danny. What are we going to say about Jack's painting? Let's talk about some of the
Well, I'm a bit
features.
worried about my legs. I got a shorter leg and my foot looks half the size on one leg to the other. What
Well,
happened?
I saw that it gone pointy because you kept scraping it on the ground in Japan. So I made a pointy one.
Yeah.
But massive effort for the Red Lips.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
And then Mavericks.
Yeah, Mavericks is, I like the hat.
You look jolly.
Like, I didn't realise my beak was that thick.
You look very jolly in that picture.
But the leathers are looking pretty cool.
Yeah, they're good, and the feet.
Well, thank you very much, Jack. I know you've got a busy weekend ahead, so we'll let you get off. And thank you very much, Maverick,
I know
for
what
joining
we're
us.
missing. I know what we're missing.
Yes, you need to sign it. Maverick, sign it. And on that note, we're going to sign off here as well.
Signed. $1 million.
And of course, a big thank you to our model, Danny Kent. And the battle for the Moto3 title will roll on to Valencia.
Well, every year we crown 3 world champions in the MotoGP class, but not many quite as early as in Moto2 with our backflipping Frenchman, Johan Zarco. Johan, first of all, congratulations on the title in Japan. For many people who followed MotoGP over the years, they might want to know, what changed with you? Do you think your character has gotten a bit calmer, or was it just something right with the motorbike this year?
It's a package, we must say, because already end of 2014 I was really close to the podium. I got few podiums and I did a step with the bike and I feel much more comfortable, so it was the chance with the experience to catch the victories. I did it, was fantastic, but for sure this work on my calmness was important, and I must work all the time on it, also to prepare the next year in 2016.
How do you work on your calmness? Someone told me in the paddock you are the kind of more eccentric type, you could say. Listen to classical music, you know, these kinds of things that maybe isn't what you might get from a normal rider, you say. Do you think you're different?
No, I don't think I'm different. I think everybody is
in a good
different.
way, of course, we mean. Yeah.
Everybody is different. I'm not listening classical music, but I'm listening old music.
Ah, okay.
And for sure, I can be calm like this. But when everything goes right, you can be calm. And this year was the way. It's when it's coming more difficult that I must keep trusting and keep working, because the ability to be fast is always there.
And what about favourite races this year? I mean, your first victory came in Argentina. Was that the best one, or was it in Japan when you already knew you were champion?
Be happy in Japan with the victory, yeah, was fantastic. But then I got other victories during the season. That's very nice fight in Barcelona, just after Assen. These 2 victories in a row was really good. And also I did 3 in a row, Brno, Silverstone and Misano. Difficult to say which one is better. When it's fighting is good, but when you are leading and you have the big gap, it's also nice because you feel that you will have it very soon. No, just win. It's the only way I want to go, because it's the best way to live.
You're staying in Moto2 for next season. You're going to defend your title, but will we see you in MotoGP at some point?
I hope so. I hope to be in MotoGP in the future. This is the target for all the riders. But what I understood this year, be on the top, be able to catch the target. This makes you happy and you happy life. So next year, stay in Moto2, I have the chance again to have this happy life and understand how stay one of the best riders. And like this, I hope I can have the good opportunity in MotoGP and work again to find the good target and catch it.
Fantastic. Well, Johan, we're almost out of time now. We have to finish here. But speaking about your happy life, one way you show us your happy life is with your backflips. After you win those races, maybe you can leave our viewers explaining, where did this backflip first come from?
It comes from the school when I was 16, 17 years old. With my friends in school, we were a little bit crazy about backflip. Everywhere, on the wall, stairs. We wanted to do it everywhere. And I did it my first race, first victory in Rookies Cup, but was not like repeat all the time. And when I could do it in World Championship, it has been fantastic. And I say, hey, why not? The public loves it, so I want to do it again.
So just one champion crowned in the triple header. Moto3, we didn't have one, nor did we in MotoGP. Part of that was because of the incident here, turn 13-14 of the Sepang International Circuit. Now, we thought leading into Valencia, the championship is still very much open, but it would be nice to see just exactly where all this tension came from, because you would have seen a big change from Japan to all the way through to Sepang. It started off with Jorge and Valentino. Only later on did Mark come in. So we thought, on After the Flag, let's take you on a little journey back to see where it all started. Leading into the triple header, there was already a hint that a few mind games were creeping into what could only be called a very amicable relationship between both Rossi and Lorenzo. Rossi's special livery helmet for Misano depicted the Italian as a little fish being chased by the shark, a gesture that Lorenzo actually seemed to be on board with and even liked.
I prefer to be a shark than to be the fish.
But what did cause the first sign of tension was the qualifying session, when Lorenzo thought he was on a quick final lap, yet Rossi had rolled off the throttle in front of him. An honest mistake, he admitted, and Lorenzo agreed that he didn't hinder a fast lap. But the tension was beginning to mount ever so slightly.
Vale was there, but he said sorry afterwards, so it's okay.
Yes, I saw Jorge and I tried to stay on the way for give him some problem. No, it's a joke, it's a joke.
Lorenzo then crashed out of the Misano race, with Rossi salvaging a fifth in the very tricky conditions. Then came the race that would decide how the riders would head into the triple header, Aragon. A little tension arose once more as a flag-to-flag practice saw the pair almost collide in pit lane. But come the race, Lorenzo looked unstoppable. Marquez made a mistake, and Danny Pedrosa did Lorenzo a bit of a favour by having one of his best days ever on a motorcycle. Nine points more than Rossi for Lorenzo, and how did he celebrate? Like any shark would. In between Aragon and Japan, both Marquez and Lorenzo got injured, meaning that Rossi would have to take any advantage he could get going into Motegi, though Lorenzo, as it turned out, didn't really suffer many ill effects. So Rossi had to look elsewhere for an advantage. A towing qualifying, for instance. Lorenzo left pit lane early, Rossi just behind. But pit lane was still shut, so Lorenzo had to wait. And so did Rossi, but a measure behind so as to get a tow for a faster lap. Once again, it didn't actually matter, as Rossi's fastest lap was ultimately set behind Pedrosa, and Lorenzo stole pole position in the dying seconds. But the Spaniard could not hide his discontent.
This will for sure help him to improve so much the lap time. And this following probably help him to be even a little bit faster.
Come race day, and the weather would once again play a part. A wet track that was slowly drying out. Lorenzo was the most aggressive at the start, though this saw him wreck his front tyre. Rossi had similar issues, which is why a more conservative Pedrosa stole the show at the end. Rossi managed to pass Lorenzo after a mistake, and a few more points were gained over his rival. Next up, Phillip Island, a track both riders like. Whether intentional or not, it looked like Rossi was up to his old tricks again in free practice too, but this time, Lorenzo was warned. Race day came, and the conditions were amazing, and things were set for a head-to-head. Marquez looked the strongest on paper going into the race, but Lorenzo and Rossi were fairly evenly matched. The points difference finishing second or third should not be too big either way, except that a certain Andrea Iannone hadn't read the script. Rossi off the podium, and the lead cut to 11 points. Sepang was already set to be a scorcher of a race without any external factors. Yet then, in the pre-race press conference, Rossi said this.
His target is not just to win the race, but also help Lorenzo to go far and try to take more points on me. So I think that from Phillip Island it's very clear that Jorge have a new supporter. That is Mark.
Yeah, mainly in the last lap, a lot.
Words were spoken off track, but even on track the tension was mounting, like this incident in the Saturday practice session. But come qualifying, the attention was once again with the actual championship protagonist once more. The Hondas were extremely fast in qualifying, and third spot looked like it had gone to Lorenzo. Most of the paddock thought so, and even Lorenzo himself. But right at the death, Rossi showed that when he did need the speed, he could dig deep and demote his rival to the second row. The scene was set for a first match point, and if you thought it wouldn't get any more tense, you were wrong.
Rossi leads that World Championship by 11 points. Will he be crowned the new champion?
Marc Marquez got away well from the middle of the front row of the grid. So did Valentino Rossi. Lorenzo's been swamped by the two factory Ducatis. Disastrous start for Lorenzo. Marquez out wide in turn number 4. Lorenzo now into second place. Starts.
Here comes Marquez, here comes Marquez!
It was personal off the track on Thursday. It's personal on the track on Sunday here in Sepang.
Take a breath, open your eyes. Side by side they come! This is the battle of the season.
Rossi looks really close.
Oh, Marquez is gone!
Rossi,
Marquez is
Rossi was... Well, you've got to say there was contact between Marquez.
Wow! It's going to be repercussions from that incident.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I certainly cannot remember a season that has been quite as tense, had quite as much racing and been quite as exciting right until the very end. We're going to have to wait until Valencia to see who will be the MotoGP champion. Be sure to join us then.